Merry Vidmas, everyone. It's Vidmas number 24. Yes, that's right. It's close. Christmas Day is tomorrow. Christmas Eve, I've got a nice special one for you. We are going to continue the Gemcraft, Gem of Eternity thing. Only this time, we've wound the clock back forward to today, where I'm going to go ahead and play on the save game that is, well, have a look at it. Let's have a look at the skills. By the way, this game, it's still great fun to play today if you want to play something different other than Frostborn Wrath, or also Gemcraft Chasing Shadows. All the skills are completely maxed out, except for the ones that relate to gem bombs, which don't really have any effect on the way I play the game, because I'm not logged into ARM games. I'm playing the standalone version, but that's perfectly fine. Everything else is maxed out, so I've got the best of everything. There is nothing more that I could really do to better my position. So instead, I go ahead and do what everyone who gets into this position tries to do. And yes, it does say elite in the XP. I know, it's just a random happenstance. Try and beat the last field, either by going through and beating all of the waves, however many there are. I think there's 228 or some random number like that. Or by basically trying to get the most XP that you can. So, let's go ahead and do that. And if you're not subscribed already, by all means, subscribe to my channel. Hit that, tickle that bell to get more notifications from me and my videos. And like the video, comment on the video and all that stuff. Okay, this, I'm not going to talk much. Basically, what I need to do is create some sort of mana farm. And to do that, I need to basically, nope, that's not what you do. What do you do again? You go ahead and, yep, take out those, move these down to line everything up. Then you go ahead and do something like this. And then I think, yep, red and orange are supposed to be in the mix as well. So, I've stuffed up. It's been a while since I've done this, but basically to try and get the highest possible score on this, you have to kind of do the start relatively perfect, in that what you need to do is you need to go ahead and set yourself up with some of the gems that you start with, but you set yourself up in a certain way. So what you do is, I think you go for orange. Yeah, I think it's that. Orange, and you mix in some red, and then you just combine them together. And I should not have bought that many. I should have gone ahead and bought 4. Okay, take 3. Bloody hell. It's been a while since I played this, okay. Fair game. Alright, let's buy only 4 of those. Let's move these down so that everything's aligned. Let's move out the red. Now let's go for orange grade 3s mixed in with red grade 2s. And you just do something like that. You put your gems in here in your traps. And then what you do is you just go ahead and... Now I can't remember, do you save up for the next trap, or do you gem bomb the first wave for more monsters? I don't think that was the right move. But anyway, basically the idea is to go ahead and make a... Oh yeah, you definitely go ahead and gem bomb. Look at that. That's abysmal. Those monsters are getting destroyed. I mean, that sounds like a good thing, but trust me, it's not. You want as much of the mana farm that you've got set up here, firing off as much as you can get it to. So, let's go ahead and increase their hit points a little bit. There we go. That's better. Now we're getting more mana. And yes, we are getting more mana than we lost by creating the gem bombs required to, get this happening. You cannot duplicate anything. Instead, what you have to do is you have to create all of your gems in this game. So, yeah, let's give it a little bit of this and a little bit of these. Let's make it a cool 100. Okay, doesn't take much to get them there. Let's not anger swarm monsters too much. And of course, it doesn't really matter that much as to whether or not we're leaking monsters, because we will leak monsters. It'll be perfectly fine. Alright, I'll put one there. Okay. Now, here's what you want to do. Very quickly, as quickly as you can, what you want to do is you want to... Now, what are these? These are orange with some red mixed in. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and create something like this. Now, let's do some color fixing here. There we go. It's always nicer to work with a grade 4 than it is to work with a grade 3. What I've done here is I have essentially... Ooh, hello. Okay, I need to do this quickly. Jeez. What I've done here is I've gone ahead and set myself up to be able to go ahead and potentially make a super mana gem that I'm going to stuff somewhere here inside the mana farm, preferably at the start or at the end, I don't know where. And in doing so, I'm going to make it attack really fast, which is exactly what you want, by mixing in a whole bunch of grade 1 gems in with this grade 4 gem. It works because the grade 1 gems are 2 or more grades lower than the main gem. So look at that firing speed. 221. That's a very fast shooting gem. Look at it, it's destroying everything, and it also hits at most 5 monsters per shot. So that's multiplying whatever the mana steal is by 5. This gem just became my favourite little gem right now, and to make sure that we're not wasting that potential. Let's go ahead and let's not go too much with the damage, okay? We don't really have a gem that's damaging much, and I'm not quite at the point where I'm comfortable to be leaking monsters as much as I'm gaining mana. I don't think I'm at that point yet, but I'm pretty close. What we're going to do is we're going to make a super gem grade something. Let's go for yellow, lime, and red, because let's be honest, those are the colours you want if you want to create a gem that basically keeps you alive and makes everything else dead. So I'm pretty comfortable with that composition right now. So, yeah, yellow, lime. No, can't find anything else there. Okay, here we go. Let's get some lime going, and let's get some red going as well. Now, we don't want orange. Oh, hello. Don't let yourself get blocked off by the mana pool. I'm not creating fast enough. I genuinely am going too slow for this, which kind of sucks. Yes, okay, finally. Let's make that red now. Let's go ahead and create a grade 4 of sorts, or maybe a grade 5 of sorts. Why not? Let's get a grade 5 kill gem going. And let's start going absolutely ballistic with the gem combining. Okay, grade 5 super gem. Has 3 colours and is the thing what kicks. This can go get lost. Now I have to focus back on my mana farm. The goal for me right now, to better my position... Oh wow, so much for being a super gem. It's not exactly doing a lot of damage. Alright, let's go ahead and anger things a few times. Oh, there we go. I've been talking way too much. Look at this. We've got giants, giants, and giants. This wave here, Wavestone 18, is the wavestone to try and get the most XP out of. Believe it or not, this one right here, it has minimal number of monsters, 2 giant monsters. Or is it 1 is the minimal? Anyway, 2 giant monsters. That means each monster gives a lot of mana and score gain per kill. This is the one you want to anger like crazy. And this is the one, I mean, anger like crazy as in get it up to like 5 or 10 million hit points per monster. That sort of crazy angry. That's what you want to do. And in doing so, you will go ahead and set yourself up for monsters that will constantly go through your maze, constantly be giving you more mana than you're losing through banishments, essentially. Because your mana farm will produce a lot more than you will lose from banishments. And then eventually you'll get yourself up to a point where you'll actually be able to kill those monsters. It'll take a long time. Anyway, that's the general plan. I need to actually stop fluffing around and basically start doing this. Yep, that's good. I'll pay that. So let's get some red in here, and let's get some orange in here as well. Let's grab our super duper gem and make it super duper more. I think there is a limit to how super duper the gem can be based on its grade. And I think that the limit raises up to an absolute global limit for any gem that's grade 7 or 8 or something like that. Yeah, there we go. 533 firing speed. This gem is now as good as it will ever be as a grade 4 gem. Now, as a mana farm gem, this thing is doing really well. But I need it to do more, so let's upgrade the pool. Let's get it doing even more in terms of mana gain. Oh wow, this gem is so powerful, it's destroying these giants. That's insane. Anyway. Well, it's not destroying them anymore, but it was doing a good job. Anyway, let's talk more of this. Okay, we've got mana. Do I have enough time to try and create another killer mana gem? I think I do. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put this back. And let's see. All I need is 1 orange and 1 red, and I'm good to go. Okay, this will have to do. Whoops. This old-fashioned bloody, this very old-fashioned interface is such a pain to work with. Oh, I'm keeping a good close eye on that wavestone. That's coming up quite close, actually. I need to be very quick so that I can gem bomb it a lot. Using, what am I going to use? I'm going to use, let's see, can I do these? Yes, I can. Okay, let's bring this thing right up to... Yep, that'll do. I'm happy with that. Whoops, I wasn't meant to do that. But anyway, okay, it is what it is. That just happened, so I'm just going to gem bomb everything else 6 times. Or something along those lines. And now I focus on mana farm. Basically, that's all I can do. So, let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, this is pretty much the theme for playing the last level as best as you can to get the highest possible score, because really it's the most fun thing to do. You have access to all the gems. The map is a very long and winding one. I didn't mean to do that. Let's take our super gem and make it even more super. And what you want to do is you want to get off to as much of a flying start as possible so that you can anger all of that stuff, all of those giants really well. And then once you've done that, you just go ahead and do the... Whoops. No, I need more mana. There we go. That's better. Go ahead and anger the waves. Get lots of monsters down. Get lots of mana from these super gems. And then once you've done that, then you kind of switch tactics. What you want to do is you want to end up replacing these 2 gems, or however many super gems that you have that are grade 4 or 5 or 3, replace them with grade 8 gems because they have a higher limit for how much firing speed and, mana, game per kill and stuff, and range and all of that than you can from these grade 4 ones. So, or is it grade 7? I think you can do it with grade 7s. Oof, gee, don't get me. I tell you what, I lucked. I got a lot of luck there, didn't I? I got lots of stuff with, lots of, oh, hello, I've just realised. I can mix in some lime. Yeah, I got a lot of splash and mana steel from that small pool of grade 12 gems. Anyway, let's see if we... Wow, again, I'm getting lots of mana steel and splash. This is fantastic. Okay, that's enough of that. I've created a couple of grade 7s. Now, let's go ahead and super gem them a little bit and stuff them in here. Now, let's get rid of that and see how they go. Now, I've got to send more stuff, otherwise I'm going to die because these guys, they don't take too much to banish, but they're not exactly a walk in the park either. I just want to make sure I'm getting lots and lots of mana. So there we go. These grade 7s, they don't look like much now, but that's just because I need to mix in more stuff. I need to mix in grade 5s, actually. That's what I'll mix in with them. There we go. Yep, that's a full stack of grade 5s. That will do. Where are all the orange and red ones? That's one pain thing about this particular version of the game, this Gemcraft, and the one previous. You don't get to choose what colour gem you're making. The game just decides for you randomly. Anyway, that's enough complaining. Let's go ahead and supersize these gems. Okay, there we go. We'll do that. And we'll finish on a couple of those. That's enough for that. 353. Okay, it's getting there, but it can get more. Maybe I should just focus on one instead of doing 2 at a time. That's probably a better idea. Okay, and they're killing everything, which means I need to go ahead and gem bomb these a little bit more. Okay, let's go for 4,000 hit points. How does that sound? Yep. Wow. And then let's go for 5,000 hit points, because these are just going to become more and more powerful inside these traps. They're just going to be destroying stuff, so I need to constantly raise the hit points. You know what? I can just cross that bridge when I get to it. Okay. How much damage am I doing? Okay, around 200 to 300. They're firing quite often. How powerful are these monsters? Are they... Okay, so these are the 4,000 monsters. Mana pool's going ahead and filling up, which is good. Yeah, that's better. Better, but not better, if you kind of can follow my meaning. What I've done here is I've essentially scrooged myself a little bit, because now these monsters have so much armor that all of these gems in these traps can't damage them. But that's okay. You know why? Because instead what I can do is something like this. Or can I? Yeah. Oh yeah, easily. Okay, let's do something like this. Now, I'm going to create some towers to store some gems of a certain colours that I prefer the most right now. So we have chain hit, triple damage, and splash. If I was going to, say, create prismatic gems, then I would go ahead and do something like this. And I would then make sure that I was mixing in these 3 colours last. So what have we got? We've got that, and you know what? I'm going to put that here in a trap right at the very end. Because this prismatic gem is going to mana leech for me a little bit, which is nice. Which means when I'm about to lose mana from banishment, at least I'm sapping some mana. So it's kind of like, the timing is right. It gets a little bit of mana before I'm going to lose a little bit of mana. Not much of an issue now, but could be an issue later on. Plus also it has the annoying habit of holding a few monsters in place because of shock. But don't worry, the percentage chance to shock the same target again over and over and over actually reduces over time. So it's not like you can hold monsters forever. It does hold them for a while though. And I should keep on extending my mana pool. I should not fall asleep on that. Now that I've done that, I think I need around 140,000 maximum mana pool. Isn't that what I need? If I wanted to go ahead and... Yeah, let's just gem bomb those. I don't need that anymore. 140,000 allows me to get... Oh, it's 144, that's right. So let's do it once more. And then whenever this fills up, that means I can completely fill my entire grid with grade 6 gems. That's important. That's really useful, because when I do that, that's when I can start to create lots of grade 11 prismatic gems that are honestly really powerful. They will eventually just replace everything in my mana farm, depending on how powerful the computer is. Because when you do grade 11 prismatic gems that are also super gemmed to the max, those particular prismatic gems, they are incredibly powerful, but they shoot very fast, and they're essentially lag machines. There we go. See? Told you. A full pool. Oh, I keep hitting the spacebar because I keep thinking it's going to pause the game. It doesn't pause the game, so I need to stop that. Okay. That's this, and you know what? I'll take that as well. And then I'll just go ahead and create this grade 11. Yep, no problem. And then I'll go ahead and do something like this, so we can properly super gem this thing. Let's see, we'll go ahead and... I could be efficient and try and put in the same row things that I'm going to be going ahead and switching colours to anyway, but it's really not that much of an issue. Can I? Yes, I got one more. Okay, fantastic. So, I'm going to mix in some bounce. I'm going to mix in at least one more splash, and now I'm going to mix in some... Now, should I do this, or should I do Mana Leech? No, I should stop being silly. I'll just do Mana Leech. Let's see, that... No, sorry, not Mana Leech. I should do Chain Hit. I should also get rid of that. Okay, now I've got some gems that I'm going to use, and I suppose the last gems that I would mix in with this... Oh, need to keep on doing that mana pool. Last gems I would mix in order would be lime... No, yellow, then lime, then red, because, believe it or not, yellow, actually, all it does is it increases the range and firing speed. Lime increases the chance of an extra hit, so that's not so useful. Red is the most useful in all of these, so I would say lime, yellow, and then red would be what I'll finish up on. So let me just line those up. Yellow, red, lime. Now, let's just mix in with everything else first. It doesn't matter what order. What matters is what goes in last. In fact, I could almost do an orange one. Yeah, I could. In fact, I will. And I'm still topping out there. That's not good. Let's see, what else have I got? So, orange. What am I missing here? Yellow. Okay, good. We'll put one yellow in a reserve, because it's nice to have it there. Orange, lime, yellow, yellow again, because it doesn't matter, and red. There you go. Now that prismatic gem does what I would prefer it to do, and it does it with a much faster firing speed. Yeah, this one here is a bit of a mess, this one. I need to fix up this one. I also need to increase its grade a little bit. And while I'm at it, I need to get rid of this trash, to be honest. This is not useful. These two, however, are very useful. The rest were not. They were duds. My grade 4s are doing well, but believe it or not, these prismatic gems are probably doing even better. Oh, hello. There's more mana there. On this one gives me more mana. Ah, it's the extra hit. This does a lot more extra hit because of how I ordered the last few gems I mixed in to super gem it. So there you go. That's going okay. You know what? This is all kind of going okay. How strong are the monsters? So 5,000, and they're basically on a continuous train of circulation. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's make it 10,000. Mana pool. Let's get more of that going. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Okay. Eventually I'll have prismatic gems down on the ground in traps that are so powerful that they will actually destroy all of these monsters with 10,000 hit points. See, right now the monsters with 5,000 hit points even, they're not really much of a challenge for these prismatics, but we can do better. And we will do better. So basically, the idea from here is to simply get down more prismatic gems. Actually, the idea first is to get some grade 8 gems here so our mana farm really starts to shine. That's what we need. So I'm going to focus on that first, so that we pull a lot more mana in. And in fact, you know what? In anticipation, let's go ahead and just lay down lots of traps. Unfortunately, there's no amplifiers in this version of Gemcraft, so we just have to make do with as is. It's not the worst thing in the world, but something to note. Yeah, I badly need much better mana farm gems than those two. These little weak grade 4s, they've more than outlived their usefulness. Okay, I can do that, which means I can now finally go ahead and... Oh yeah, those are all together in a row already. That's nice and convenient. Oh, you know what? I don't even have to do anything in terms of mixing in new gems or anything into the mix. It turned out there was exactly 9 gems that I needed. And I shouldn't be doing this. I should be doing them leapfrogging. So that way it's easier to go ahead and combine. Just little things. Okay, that's a grade 8 gem. That's a grade 8 gem. And you know what? Let's create 2 more grade 8 gems. Oh, let's just create a bunch of grade 8 gems. And then we can super gem them all one at a time. And to do that, I need one more, which means I can do this. Which means combine, combine, combine. Right. So, now we have... I mean, they suck because they're not super gemmed, but we have... What is this? 7 grade 8 gems that are going to become super gems for mana farming. Eventually, that's the plan. Oh yeah, these are the grade 4s, so you know what? Let's move the grade 4s down just a tad. We'll make those last. And there we go. Okay. Now that I have my grade 8 gems, their firing speed is quite abysmal. I'm not going to lie. So... And also, their mana steal isn't exactly great either, so... How do we increase this? We just wait until we get that magical 140, however many, 144,000 mana. Bang, we do this. And then we very indiscriminately... I mean, what I'm doing is saving because I don't have a lot of mana being generated right now. Trust me, this is not a lot of mana being generated. Because I don't have a lot being generated, I need to kind of conserve whatever I can. And then, after that, once I have a lot of mana being generated, I can just grab my red one, go bang, 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 put it back, grab my orange one, go bang, 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 convert everything, and then put it back, and then super gem. That is what can happen in the future, but not quite yet. Right now, we need to do this, and I need to keep an eye on the firing speed, because eventually it will reach a cap, and I honestly forget what that magic number is. It's not 279. That's for prismatic gems in towers, or is it? Oh, it is. Okay, that gem is now as good as it will ever be. And it will produce a lot more mana than it was before. And now I'm going to browse all of these other gems up to the same level, so at least we've got a much better, much more efficient mana farm producing mana. And then after that, hopefully I can start creating grade 11 or grade 12 or grade 13 prismatic gems, all tilted towards doing maximum damage, and I can have them all at the end, and then eventually we can kill all of this stuff and hopefully get from it a lot of XP, plus all of the new stuff that's coming, which reminds me I do need to also go ahead and gem bomb all of these, and I need to bring these monsters up to 10 million as well. I can't remember, is 10 million too much? Was it supposed to be 100,000? That's a difference by a factor of like 100. That is a massive difference. If that's the case, whoops. Hopefully it's not the case. We'll find out. But yeah, this is the extreme version of Gemcraft Chapter 0. This is really the very, very end game, the most ridiculous thing you can aim to do in this game. Something like this. So, welcome to Gemcraft Chapter 0 at its absolute finest. Not being played by the person who plays it at its absolute finest, but by a fan. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button so that I can get some YouTube monies from the ads and afford a better computer so that I can produce better videos for you guys so that, you don't see slideshows like this. Sound like a plan? Yeah, it does. So do it. Now, I'm producing a lot more mana. It's kind of difficult to see because now the game's really starting to chug because my computer sucks. Even though it's a kind of newish one, it doesn't do well when it comes to, things like anything to do with a big dependency on strong graphics cards. This laptop is not built for that sort of thing, so therefore it kind of struggles, unfortunately. So, yeah. Go ahead and subscribe, like the video, comment on the video. Do all of these things. Help me out so I can get a better computer so that I can bring you better videos. If there is one thing you should take away from this video, it's that. And go and watch all of my previous videos as well. The more modern ones are okay. Some of the older ones, they're a bit iffy. Mostly because I didn't have a microphone back then. And also because there was a limit to how long a video could be when it was uploaded to YouTube. Like 8 years ago, so yeah, watch at your own risk. And also, what am I doing? I'm not even paying attention. I hit the limit ages ago and I was just wasting grade 6 gems there. That's not cool. Alright, look at that. Now it's filling up with mana much faster. Look at this. It's going really well. I'm happy with that. And I'm also very happy to constantly leak these monsters for now, because seriously, I'm making a lot more mana than I'm losing, so let's just keep up this trend to infinity and beyond, my friends. Okay, let's start color fixing, and let's just keep on doing this whole super gemming of my mana farm gems, because that's what's really required right now. This is the one, so let's go ahead, just go right down the guts. Let's see, let's look for that magical 279 firing speed. Wow, that comes around a lot quicker than I remember. Excellent, next. $153, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's just wait for that mana bar to fill up again. In fact, you know what? I'm making mana so fast that I could probably get away with doing something like using grade 12 gems to anger now, instead of other lower grade gems. I don't know why I'd want to do that. I think there's like a bonus of more monsters being produced for the wave for the same cost or something. I don't know. I forget how it works in this version of Gemcraft, but I could do that. Therefore, you know what? I probably will do that. Just because why not? I'm sure it's better for some reason. So, let's just go with... Jeez. That mana pool. Wow. It fills up so fast. And I wasn't paying attention again. I don't know how many extra gems I put into that worthlessly, but it's quite a few. Anyway, let's get this one going. And yes, by the way, instead of just a red and orange gem for my mana farm gems, I could actually go ahead and mix in either yellow or lime. The recommendation is lime, and with that 3-colour gem, your mana farm is even more efficient again, but honestly I can't be bothered, so I'm not going to. That's the only reason why I'm not. It's just, this is good enough. Let's see, how am I travelling here? I'm travelling quite well. Yeah, it's a bit of a grind right now, so just go grab a coffee or something and come back in about 5 minutes, and hopefully I'll have something a little bit different to show you, because right now it's pretty much the same thing over and over and over. I'm basically creating grade 12 gems, fixing the colours, and then mixing them in with my super gemmed mana farm gems so that I can get them up to their maximum potential. And I've still got, like, what, at least one more to go, possibly another one to go after that, or 2, if I replace those grade 4 gems. I'm not sure I need to, because honestly at the moment the game is really starting to lag. It's slowing right down, and also I'm producing quite a decent amount of mana right now. What's the goal right now? The goal right now for me, another one, 279. The goal right now for me is to get so much mana that I can keep on hitting the mana pool spell, so that I can get the mana pool's maximum risen all the way up to like 500,000. That's the goal. Once I've done that, then I can go ahead and just mass create lots and lots of prismatic gems, and I can put them all in traps, all up near the back end here, and that's when my computer will probably rage quit and die, because that is asking a lot of a computer, I'm not going to lie. You have no idea. It's mayhem for a computer that doesn't have a graphics card. Basically, I'll get a frame every 5 seconds or something if I'm lucky. If the game doesn't crash. There is a potential for it to crash. Anyway, let's see. Hey, I didn't say send the wavestone. Stupid thing. Ah, I ran out of gems. Okay, no problem. Now, let's go ahead and pimp this one out. There you go, 12 million. That's not bad. Alright, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 6 gems for each wavestone. There you go. That should keep me occupied for a while. Whoa, 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 whoa. I accidentally sent this wavestone and everything before it. I had to select the other one again, just to stop myself from dying. Okay, time for the lag machine. If you've come back from your coffee and you've made it, welcome back. I'm about to make the computer lag something chronic. Okay, I can place a trap there. What I'm essentially doing is I'm going ahead and just creating grade 11 prismatics. They're not going to be anything special, but they are going to all contribute towards basically killing all of these monsters. Or at the very least, weakening them a lot. But in doing so, they are going to lag the living crap out of this machine. So, in fact, look at this. Just one more gem inside a trap. Wait for it to cool down and be ready. There we go. Frame rate just dropped again. Not sure if you noticed it, but I notice it. I really notice it. It's not great, but onward and upward. Let's soldier on. Let's just go ahead and create more of these and put them all up inside. Right now, my mana farm is reasonable. I'm quite happy with it, all things considered. I just want to make a few gems so that, at the very least, I've got a whole bunch of prismatic gems that can, in dire straits, help me out in a pinch. Just in case I really need it. I can go ahead and combine all of these grade 11 prismatic gems and create, like, you know, if need be, very quickly create a grade 14 prismatic gem, for example. That is the sort of gem. It won't have an increased fire speed or anything like that, but it will, however, have a increased amount of damage. And when it comes to going ahead and playing against and trying to defeat all of these monsters that have, like, you know, pretty high armor, well, this one doesn't, but eventually they will. Like these giants, for example. How much armor do these giants have? 4,200. Gems in traps don't do a lot of damage. You already know this. Look at that. 86 to 394. So this won't even make a dent in any of these giants at all, because the total damage, the total maximum damage, is a lot less than the minimum damage. Now, what you can do to pimp out these prismatic gems, grade 11 prismatic gems, is to actually super gem them with anything and everything. There's no need for color fixing here. We just do something like this. There we go. And again, we're looking for that magic number of 2. Oh, it's not happening. Okay, I think we're at the maximum firing speed. So all we're doing is... What are we doing with that, actually? I don't know. That one's at maximum firing speed, so there's nothing to do here. This one's at maximum firing speed as well, I think, so there's nothing to do here. No, there isn't. Honestly, you upgrade these gems for the firing speed. No, not the firing speed. You do it for the damage alone. And I think there's also a small limit increase for your specials, and that's it. That's all you can do. So, grade 11 prismatic gems. In traps, at least. Damage aside, this is as good as they get. So there's no point really in making anything stronger. The only time where you might want to consider making something stronger is if you put like a tower over here or something where it's way out of the way. And then what you can do is you can go ahead and create prismatic gems of grade like 13 or 14. And then with those sorts of gems, because they do a lot of damage, even though the fire rate is the same and the range is a little bit more but not much more, the specials, they don't really count that much. Well, maybe critical hit and splash and bouncing do actually matter. But yeah, basically it's mostly about the damage output, what you get for your buck here. That's really what matters. So let's create one, put it in a tower, and see how it goes. Look, see? How different is that? 91 to 376 damage versus... And this is in a tower, mind you. Actually, let's compare it properly. This one does up to 600 damage, whereas this does up to 400 damage. So, not much of a difference in damage, but it's still a difference, and it's still a reasonable difference. Okay, let's go ahead and fix some colours here. Put our little gems back. Let's go ahead and upgrade that pool once more, because it's going off. Now, I want to do bounce, followed by splash, followed by critical hit, I think. No, bounce. Hey. Oh wow, it's really struggling now. Bounce, followed by critical hit, followed by splash. Now, get in that tower. Oh, the lag. This is terrible. Anyway. Now we do maximum 3.3 thousand. We have 20% chance to do triple damage. We have 7.1 radius of splash, which is not much, but it's a little bit. And we have an 18% chance of chain hit. So yeah, when it comes to prismatic stuff, you don't really get a lot in terms of specials and so forth, because, you know, it is trying to give you up to 8 components worth of specials. It's not going to be great. Mostly you do this for the damage, high damage, and the reasonably high firing speed. This should, by rights, start clearing some monsters. At least some of the weaker stuff, because honestly, right now, this is way too many monsters on the field. I've got over 2,100 monsters on the field right now. No wonder this computer is just crying. So the struggle is real, but so is the damage output from this. Now, my only concern is that this thing is firing at a monster that is like at the edge of its range, and the next time it fires, the monster is out of the range, so it has to pick another one. So it's slightly damaging a lot of monsters instead of firing at just one monster until it's dead. That's my only concern right now, that it's not really being that useful. And that's the reason why. So, what to do about this? I'm not so sure. But anyway, this is the pinnacle of Gemcraft, the Gem of Eternity, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. A absolute lag fest of a map full of, you probably don't even know what the heck is going on. And the ever-growing threat of the game crashing on you. I mean, I could end the game right now. To actually beat this field, all you need to do is beat the 228 waves of monsters that are coming in, or, more realistically, you have to just drop 7 gem bombs, upgrade 7 or higher, onto this one tile here. That's how you beat the map. But we don't want to just beat the map. We want to get a high number of experience first. I want to get a really high score. So, let's see how high we can get this score. To do that, we need to basically, essentially, beat all of these giants that I sent ages ago with, like, a lot of hit points. Was it 17... Is that 17 million hit points? No, it's not. It's 1.7 million hit points. Oh, that's interesting. So what about the other giants? Where's a different giant monster? Because now I've got 2 different giant monsters that are on the field that have, like, a lot of hit points. Did I just go bonanza nuts with the other ones? I think I did. Whoops. Oh, well. That's okay. It'll be fine. What I do know is I need to stop talking. I need to start wasting all of this mana that I'm gathering on prismatic gems. And I need to start doing that maybe around here, actually, so we can focus on the monsters that are near the end, preferably the ones that are stuck in time forever in this shock zone, and hopefully start picking off some monsters. That'd be nice. Start clearing things a little bit. In fact, you know what? If you want to reduce the amount of lag you have, take all of your gems out of your... Take them out of the traps and put them in towers instead. That means they fire a lot less often, which means there's less calculations done every second, which means less lag. There you go. Tip for you. Now, what's going on here? Do I have another orange? No, I do not. That's fine. Yeah, I know. I colour fixed a red to an orange, or something like that. Sue me. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, there's our grade 8 gem. I'm going to create more mana farm gems, because I think they're a lot more effective than prismatics at this point in time. Alright, let's get to that magical 279. There we go. More mana inbound. Gotta love it. Okay. Got a few this time. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, we had one. That's okay. There we go. And just like that, we have Grade 8 mana gem right there. And follow that up with a whole bunch of super gemming. What are you left with? Yet another top tier orange-red mana farm gem. Oh, and also don't forget to keep on extending your mana pool. Very important to do that. Otherwise you're just wasting potential more mana. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not great either. May as well put it to good use. Okay, orange and red. That works, that works. This is a loner. That's okay. What we'll do is we'll just do something like that. That works out well. And we just repeat the process over and over and over again. Grade 8. Super gem it. Put it inside a trap. Repeat. Do that until you have gems in traps probably all the way down this side at the very least. So that way you've got so much mana coming in so frequently that you end up basically upgrading the mana pool every 5 seconds or so, depending on how much lag you've got in the game right now. Now, the reason why you want to use mana farm gems instead of prismatic gems is because the prismatic gems, because they have so many specials, every time a shot is fired from the prismatic gem in the trap, it has to go through that whole list of specials to calculate and apply for on the monsters that it's hitting. Whereas with this, it only needs to calculate 2 things. How many monsters is it hitting and which ones? And then how much mana is being stolen from each of those every time it makes a hit. That's all. So, 8 calculations versus 2. These are definitely a lot more efficient in terms of anti-lag. So, that's why you want to use mana farm gems instead of prismatic gems. At least in traps. You want prismatic gems firing on all of the monsters because, well, they do a lot of damage. They're good like that. In fact, pound for pound, I think prismatic gems, when properly combined and upgraded and all of that, are the most powerful gems in the entire game. They just cannot be matched. Even by 3 color gems with like lime splash and lime red and yellow. Yeah, it actually doesn't compete, believe it or not. So there you go. Now you know. Prismatic gems are the way to go. All the way in Gemcraft Chapter 0. You heard it here first. Like the video. Oh my god, this is taking forever. Excellent. Yep, there's another one. That can go there. That works. Okay. Another grade 8 gem. Another super gemming experience. Another upgrade to the pool. Another gem in the mana farm. Rinse, repeat. Wow, that's a lot of orange and red gems. I'm very happy with that. Makes my life just a little bit easier. And upgrade that pool again. Ah, I saw it that time. You see, I'm not completely blind, just partially. 200, 210, 235, 267, bang, there it is. Best possible. Straight in it goes. Again. You do have to have some patience to play this game, especially like this. You need, some sort of endurance, I suppose you could call it, or, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Resilience towards doing repetitive tasks, because that's essentially what it feels like right now. It doesn't feel so much fun as it does, it feels like a chore that I'm doing right now. All of this gem combining and creating and all of this stuff. But the payoff, eventually, is to be able to create lots of maybe grade 14 prismatic gems that do lots of damage and slowly chip away at everything until it's all dead. That's the goal. And that's why you play this game. So you can keep on trying to best your own high score at pretty much this level, and only this level. If that's not really the sort of thing that you like, then I would not recommend this game to you. Slowly chipping away at something, trying to master it, trying to get that insane high score, trying to see whether or not you can improve on your strategy, analyze the situation, come up with a better approach to maybe increase that score a little bit more again. If that's not your thing, then please hit the don't like button below, and don't ever come to my videos again. Because honestly, tower defense games, in general, are kind of like that. And this channel is all about the tower defense games, if I'm going to be honest. So, if you like tower defense games, please give the video a like. If I confused you yet, I've confused myself. What are you doing? Are you liking this video? Are you disliking this video? Are you commenting on it? Are you subscribed? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Upgrade the pool yet again. Gotta remember to upgrade that pool. Can't let it lapse. What's going on here? Did I stuff up? I must have stuffed up. I must have accidentally combined a lower grade gem with a super gem, because it feels like the firing speed was reset at some point early on. Because it shouldn't take that many gems to go ahead and create that magical 279 firing speed super gem. But okay. So this is how we're sitting. We're sitting kind of pretty, but not. Ugh, what a mess. Honestly, because it's such a struggle, it almost turns me off continuing the fight. Because it's just so laggy. It's a lot of effort. There's no guarantee that when you actually make actions that they resolve the way you want them to, because it's so laggy. It's unreliable. It's tough, okay? Life is tough playing Gemcraft Chapter 0. Especially like this. In fact, there's something you probably don't know if you haven't played the older Gemcraft games, and that is that when Labyrinth was first released, it didn't have some of the modern drawing exclusion updates that were put into Labyrinth and also into Gemcraft Chapter 0. Not Chapter 0, sorry, Chasing Shadows, the one after Labyrinth. They received an update that made the games somewhat much faster, or at least the update was applied to Labyrinth, and then the same optimization was put into the release build of Chasing Shadows. And what that did was it restricted the number of monsters on any one tile anywhere in the game, on the field, to be drawn to 7. So it would just skip drawing all the other monsters almost on the one tile. And what it did was, if you had a lot of monsters on the field, then it gave like a monster barcode looking effect. Because there would be like a few monsters drawn that were the first ones to enter, that have been there the longest. Those would be drawn, and then the rest wouldn't be drawn, so it would look like there were gaps. It did improve gameplay a lot, though, in terms of speed. No jokes. It improved massively. Anyway, that's enough of that. What I've done so far is I have now successfully gone ahead and created what seems to be a very functional, reasonably large mana farm. It goes down to here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Really reasonably efficient mana farm gems going. Okay, that's heaps. I seem to be able to generate enough mana to create a grade 11 prismatic gem every now and then. In fact, I can create them quite consistently. I gain enough mana. The time it takes me to start, to go ahead and actually create a grade 11 prismatic gem from start to finish and place it on a tower, I've already saved up enough mana for the next one. So that's a good place to be in right now. I'm just going to use that to my advantage, and I'm going to place a few down. See if I can maybe start thinning out the field a little bit. Now, having said that, the game is getting a little bit more laggy because I'm placing more of these down. But that's okay. I'm just going to keep doing that, actually. Keep placing them down. I'm going to fill up at least these 3. So 3 more prismatics, and then I'll be happy with that situation, and then I'll start to focus on making really high-grade prismatic gems. So, in other words, just 1. I'll try and make a grade 14, or even if I've got the patience for it, a grade 15, so that I get a lot more damage. Basically, it would be worth maybe 5 of the grade 11 prismatics worth of damage all in one. It won't have a higher rate of fire, it won't have a higher range, or at least it shouldn't really have a higher range, but it will be a very powerful gem. Ooh, look at that. If you look at the hit points, starting to really reduce the hit points of some of these. Anyway, let's go ahead and, what's this? Oh, I've already got a grade 12. Perfect. That's awesome. That just means I can go ahead and do this, and then I can put this here. Okay, so there's a grade 13. So that's like 4 grade 11s worth. So let's do that again. There's 1, 2. Oof, really lagging now. You would not want to see how much this would lag if I put all of these prismatic gems inside all of these traps instead. You would not want to know. Trust me, it would be mayhem. And by mayhem, I mean it would grind to an absolute halt. And it would be very unwatchable. There we go, grade 14 gem. Let's slap it into here. Actually, let's go ahead and just put that in there. Now, before I do anything, I do want to make something a little bit more pronounced, so let's go ahead and do that. I want lime. I want red, even though it's already there. And I want yellow. That's what I want. I also want to keep on upgrading the pool, because it's always good to do. Now, what order should we do this in? Splash first, and then maybe chain hit followed by... No, splash, then yellow, then lime. Lime should be the most important one. Okay, how does that look? Jeez, it doesn't look that impressive, does it? Those stats kind of suck. Oh, wait a minute. I think I did that wrong. Hold on. I'm supposed to actually go ahead and combine the smaller ones into the larger ones to manipulate how much each special is worth, aren't I? That's what I'm supposed to do. So if I do this... Yeah, that's right. It's the other way around. So, red, then yellow, and then finally lime. Now that's more like it. That's what I'm talking about. This gem is going to be the thing what kicks. Look at the damage. 7,641. Not gonna lie, that's pretty epic. Now, if we move the mouse away for just a moment, because believe it or not, getting any sort of info panel up, especially an info panel about a gem, actually lags the game down even further. So, let's avoid info panels. What's the hotkey? It's M. Alright, I'm just going to upgrade the pool using M. And here we go. Well, you could say that this gem does appear to be effective. Well, it's doing damage. Certainly not a waste of time. You know what? I've just realised. I should actually have... Now let's press M again. I should have all of these gems here and away from the end, because honestly, a lot of these shots are probably blinking towards monsters that end up making it into the tower to get banished. So, that's not a good idea. Let's go ahead and move all of these over here so that we can guarantee that one way or another they're actually going to hit something, and we're not wasting shots. Therefore, we are attacking the herd of monsters more efficiently. Let's do that. And then maybe, just maybe, I might actually be able to start clearing some stuff from here. Because honestly, these shenanigans have been fun, but it's gone on long enough. I'd like to start taking down some of these monsters. What's their range like? Oh yeah, they're nowhere near anything. So, let's do some more towers like that, and we'll load up this corner. We'll also keep hitting the M button so that we keep on expanding the pool. And lo and behold, look at that, I can fit one more, so let's go ahead and create one more. After we get the mana for it. There we go. Right. And if I were... Yeah... Should I go ahead and spend the time to up the yellow, the red, and the lime components of all of the... Alright, yeah, sure. I'll stop being lazy and I'll do it. Okay. Red. Every third one is going to be red. Yeah, that works out. Lime. Sorry, yellow, 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 yellow. Lime, lime, lime. Oops. I said lime and expand pool. Why is this? Oh, right. Lime, lime. And I get to keep this one. Okay, so I'm good to do 2, 4, 6, 8 gems. Gee, I wish I could pause this or slow it down even further. But I can't. Okay, so. Red, yellow, lime. Let's do it that way. Red, yellow, lime. Back you go. Red, yellow. Oops. No, we're not super gemming. We're doing it the other way around. Lime. There you go. Pool. Red, yellow, lime. Red. Da-da-da. Do-de-do. Wait a minute. That's got 7 components. What the hell? How? Why do you have just 7 components? Ah, you were missing that. Okay, red, yellow, and lime are still strong, so I'm happy with that. Let's just go ahead and ditch these. Don't actually need them. Oh, I could have actually... You know what? Hold on. Just to be funny. Put that there. Ditch that. There you go. Red, yellow, lime. That's going to be our traffic lights for the next one. Just about. Let's see. Where was I up to? I did 4 of them. So yeah, I went to here. Okay. Whoops. I think that I did that in an order that made yellow go last, but that's okay, it's no biggie. We'll just soldier on, continue on. Okay. Now we have all of these prismatic gems that do a lot more damage, and they are actually guaranteed to be doing damage. Oh, wow, look at that. Well, it seems to be working. I've whittled down from having over 2,000 monsters on the field to just having 765-ish, give or take. And there you go. I'd call that a success. But we're not done yet. We've still got to modify some more of these grade 11 gems. And the grade 14 can just sort of sit pretty there, that's fine. So let's go through and do the same thing again. Let's go ahead and modify the colours so we can colour fix. Yellow is next. And here we go again. This game is a test of patience, that's what it is. Nothing more than a giant test of patience and force of will. Willing yourself to not just give up and find something more meaningful to do with your life. Just staying here, sticking with the course, sticking with the plan, and doing your best at this task to get results that you have never seen before. Wow, this is how slow the game is chugging along. Those waves that I angered oh so long ago, I've still got one wave here that needs to be angered. Amazing. Okay. Let's stop complaining and stick with the course. Okay, so I can do these three. Oh, look at that. I think the banishment cost of these monsters, these large ones, is now starting to grow quite large. Yep, 1,000. That's kind of significant, but it's still no threat to us. And to make sure that we clean them up, what I will be doing is I will be putting some prismatics back in so that we can shock them into place and try to take them down that way. Also, if I want to really take them down fast using gems in traps, I should put stuff like this in here. Look at this one. Look, the firing speed is insane. The damage output is pretty big, all things considered. And it has much better specials for some things like that. 70% chance of an extra hit. Prismatics at grade 14, fixed like that, do have a genuine, reasonable chance to actually go ahead and shock in place monsters with as many hit points as these until they're finally gone. 285, 7761. Okay, yeah. That's only 1.7 million. It's not 11 million, like I thought it was. How much hit points do these have? Only 5. Amazing. Alright. Let's use these to go ahead and anger some more stuff. 5,000? Sure. 10,000 for the rest? Why not? It's not really much in the grand scheme of things now. But this, however, 2 giant waves. Already at 22,000. Let's put you at 1 million. So if I kill these guys, I'll definitely be able to dispatch the giants from this wave. And what's this giant wave? Yeah, let's deselect that one. Oh, we've got a double giant wave. Very nice. 57 and 58. What are they? 5 giants and 5 giants. Ah, okay. So, less value in terms of overall mana gain because they've got a reasonably high number of giants in the wave zone to begin with. But that's okay. We can still make good use of them. Let's just put this up. Now, what am I going to aim for? I'm going to aim for... I don't know. What should I aim for with these? 500,000? Sure, why not? Let's go 500,000. And as for the rest, well, they're going to become prismatics of sorts. Why not? Let's make them prismatic. Grade 12. It's easy enough to create a grade 13 prismatic. You only need to do this weird trickery 4 times. But you know what? It's just as easy to make a grade 13 prismatic gem. Or 14. There we go. A 14. There we go. That's that. And of course, I'm now going to go ahead and pump it up with the right stuff. I've got a red. I've got a lime. All I need is a yellow. And I'm set. So, red, yellow, lime. And there's another grade 14 gem right there. Did I put a prismatic in here? No, I didn't. Which monster are these gems actually attacking? You know what? I'm just going to put these gems here. Why not? And I'm just going to keep on creating them. Because, again, why not? Whoops. Ah, not so many monsters over the mana farm right now. That's not a good sign. We need more monsters over the mana farm, please, because that way I won't struggle for mana. It is a must-have. Are those new monsters coming in? They're getting absolutely annihilated by the mana farm, of all things. Well, I suppose, okay, if it's doing around 400-500 damage each shot, and it's hitting 6 simultaneously, and it's doing it relatively quickly, yeah, okay. Alright, I can see it. I can see how that might pose a bit of a problem. Question is, can I finish off this 14 before I rectify the mana farm issue? Oh, of course I can. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Super gem, let it touch. Now let's get some good stuff going. Yes, perfect. That. Oi! What happened to my yellow gem? I don't know. Anyway, here's my yellow gem. So red, lime, and I just need to get 1 yellow out of all of this. That's easy enough. I'll do that. Oh, gem bomb there, because we don't need that rubbish. Red, yellow, lime. Update the mana pool, please. Thank you. And there you have it. I suppose to make life easier on myself, I could go ahead and create some prismatic gems or some sort of gem that basically whittles away armor. That could and would be quite useful, actually. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's make a nice little run here of mana-reducing gems. So, to do that, let's see, I'm going to have to create another one. That's just going to be purple and lime. And red. Yeah, purple, lime, red. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Purple. Oops. That should have been there. So, something like that. Red. That's already red. Purple, red. I really confused myself because I stuffed up the order. Anyway, that can go away. Lime. Do I need to have lime? Probs not. So you know what? Let's just do this. Red, red. Purple, purple, and call it a day. Okay, so we'll create some grade 7s and just chuck them in there. And then, when we're done with that, we'll think about super gemming them a little bit later. Okay. Putting all of these grade 7s in here. Yeah, that's reasonable. It'd be nice if they shot faster, though, because there is only a 38% chance that it will reduce the armor by 3. So we want to actually increase our chances, and by going ahead and super gemming, we will increase the fire rate, which will really help with basically making the most out of those odds. Now, it's early days, but are we seeing any benefit from this yet? Because honestly, reducing armor levels from levels like freaking 4,000 would be really greatly beneficial. I mean, while we're here, we may as well just go ahead and pad the entire board with it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and let's shove our grade 14 gems here. And let's go ahead and move our grade 7 stuff right here, right at the end. So that way we give ourselves a little bit more time, because I really do want to do some stuff like go ahead and super gem these so that they're firing as fast as possible. Unfortunately, there's no amplifiers in this particular game. That does not happen until Gemcraft Labyrinth. So we just have to make do with what we've got. And what we've got is no amplifiers, but a stupidly broken method of gem weaving, or super gemming. So, you know what, you take the good with the bad, right? Oh no, I never dealt with this. Okay, we need you to come into the battlefield with that. Whoops. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Crud. That's not cool. I'm going to pay for that dearly. Right, so those giants are never going to die. Most likely. Right. Now, hopefully at least these guys are going to last long enough to go through most of the mana farm and give me the mana that I need. That's the hope. Let's see. I can always put these together, not that it matters much, but okay. So, lime, purple, 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 purple. Red, red, blah, blah, blah. So we've got a nice mixture of both colours in here. That's what we need. Now, let's start super gemming our first. I wonder how fast this will shoot. Probably still 279. Wait, what? What's happening? Oh, every time I give it red, it goes crappy. That's interesting. Okay. So let's just focus on the purple then. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. It doesn't matter. We'll just... Of course! I'm working with grade 7 gems. I'm a fool. Alright, let's make those all grade 8 gems. And this needs to be paired with another one. Done. Okay. Now, that makes sense. Because you get weird results when you work with gems that are only 1 grade lower than the gem you want to super gem. But if you work with gems that are 2 grades lower, the results are a lot more predictable. So, let's try that again. Okay? Okay. Because honestly, the swing for firing speed should not have been that wild. Not even close. Okay, so I don't need to do anything to that one. That's already at 279. Let's go for this one. Yeah, that's better. Now it's working out nicely. Look at that. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. Monsters, monsters, step right up and get your armor torn away from me. Torn away from me? That's great English. Go CastleGate. Okay. Hopefully, all things being equal, these monsters, by the time they get here, they should have hopefully a couple of hundred less armor, maybe a couple of thousand less armor, ideally. Actually, is this thing? Yeah, it is hitting. It doesn't really make much of a difference because there's just so many monsters. And you can only hit 5 or so at a time with each gem. Yeah, this could go better. Oh wow, no red ones at all. That's an interesting roll. Whoops, let's not do that. Let's do this instead. Alright. Let's get some red in there, otherwise I feel like I might accidentally, Wait, what? What's this? Oh, whatever. That's the problem with playing this game and all of its laggy glory. It's sometimes a little bit difficult to see exactly what actions you've made or what you're doing. No, I don't want a gem bomb. I want to gem combine. Thank you. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, already up to 279. That makes me happy. Let's go ahead and make this 279 again. And lastly, let's also make this 279. Can we? Do we have enough gems, do we? Oh yeah, easily. There we go. Okay. You know what? I feel like I need to duplicate these gems throughout the rest of the entire board. I really badly need to do that because, honestly, tearing armor off these giants is the big thing that needs to be done right now. These giants, however, they're ready to die really quickly, all things considered, provided I can do that much damage, because they don't have anywhere near as much armor. But these ones from like wave 28 or 18 or whatever it is, that really early wave, they have lots of armor, because I had to gem bomb them lots to get those hit points up to where they are, at 1.7 million. Tall order. Alright, you know what? Let's go ahead and position everything, just the way we need it. Alright, do I have any more of those? Yes. I have plenty of reds on the field. Okay, so this is going to work out nicely. I do that. So, question is, do I have an even number of reds and purples if I do this? I have more purples, but it's not much of an issue. No, I have more reds, but that's okay. Oops. Gem bomb that away. Extend mana pool. Now, I need to create some grade 8s. So there's a grade 8. I'm going to put them up here so I know which ones they are. Grade 8. Yep. Okay. Alright, let's get a little bit organised. There's my grade 8s. Here's the field of mush that I'm going to turn into a field of super gemming goodness. And as we know, purple is better than red when it comes to increasing towards higher frequency shooting. Much more quickly, actually. So, let's go ahead and show purple how much we like it. Yep, that's good enough. And I'll just go ahead and put the completed super gems right up here at the back of the armor tearing area, let's call it. Why not? Oh, the lag. I mean, the lag is not bad. Honestly, I've played this game and I've had to deal with much worse lag than this, so Yeah, putting it into perspective, this is manageable, but still, it's not great. And it's certainly not good for videos. So I apologise for the slideshow, but hey, honestly, that's what playing late-game Gemcraft is all about. Managing the lag. Really. Having patience. That's what it is. It's also a big test of patience. If you don't have patience, don't play this game. Or any tower defense game for that matter. You need patience to thrive in these games. Okay. Lovely. Alright, let's not gem bomb. Let's go ahead and combine and create our next super gem. That's that. That's maxed out. That's good. I should probably put in some slowing gems here or something, right? Should I? Wait a minute. What's going on here? Where's the grade 8 gem? It's nowhere to be seen. Oh, did I not actually drag it over? I mustn't have. Okay, there you go. Alright, there it is. Maximum firing speed. Ready to go. Next. What is all this writing? What was I doing? I don't know. Anyway, let's just ignore that for the moment. I was doing something wrong. Anyway, last one. I don't have enough gems to make this 279, do I? Nope. That's okay. We'll just create a few gems. Let's do this. And voila. 279. Gotta love it. Okay. Now, the real question is, are we actually tearing some armor off these monsters? The answer is yes, but very slowly. What's my score so far? 1 million. It looks like 1 billion, but really, it's actually just 1 million. My previous maximum is 11 million, and that's because my previous maximum includes me destroying all of these giants from, like, the really early wave. So I need to get a hurry on and do that. So should I create even more armor-tearing gems? And just keep on filling up the maze with them, so that they weaken all the monsters enough so that these gems inside these traps do their job, and just take them out one by one slowly, along with all of these other gems as well? Or do I just... Do I take these grade 14 gems out and put them in towers and let them fire at the monsters? Or, third option, do I put armor-tearing gems like these, super gemmed every second trap, and every other trap I have in there a red, blue, cyan gem. Oh, pardon me, a red, blue, cyan gem or something like that that slows or shocks monsters in place while the gems next to them are basically weakening their armor. Should I do something like that? I think maybe that is actually a go. So, okay, we're using almost every single colour of the spectrum now. We've got... Hey, what are you doing here? Get over there. How many others are there? Oh, I've got 2 of them just sitting here. That's silly. Okay, well, I've got a couple of towers there. Let's put them over. So now, where are we? Okay, so we've got cyan, and we've got blue. That's almost everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, all I need now is a tower with poison. Okay, and there you go. I've got one of every single colour. Not that that's significant, but there you go. Okay, so I need red, cyan, and blue. Yeah, I can make that happen. Red, cyan, blue. Red, blue, no more cyan, but that's okay. And that's how we're looking. Okay, no problems. Let's get this going. Red, cyan, blue. Should I bother with blue, or should I just keep cyan? Nah, let's make blue. So at least the monsters, what they do is they spend a lot of time going through. Now, I'll put it every second, so... I hope this lines up nicely, because if it doesn't, then I'm going to have to move all the gems that I'm moving right now. I'll move them again. Not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, kind of sucks, doesn't look fish. Oh, it worked out nicely. Sweet, so I had an even number of those. That's good, that makes me happy. So if I go red, cyan, red, blue, turn that into a grade 8 gem. That's better. That's good. So, red, cyan, red, blue, grade 8. There we go. Red, blue, red, cyan, grade 8. And you know what, I'll just use cyan gems to go ahead and bump up the whatchamacallums, the firing speed. That'll be fine. Red cyan, red blue, blam. I think I should be able to create enough. Maybe? Let's see. I definitely need more red though. Oops. Blue. Yep, red cyan blue, grade 8. I know what I'm going to do here. Right. So, there you go. That's what you need for the last one. Red cyan, red blue, grade 8. Perfect. Now, let's go ahead and create a whole mess of these. And let's also keep upgrading that mana pool. Can't fall asleep on that. Okay, now, let's go ahead and... I thought cyan was like one of those ones that upgrades the firing speed really quickly. The heck, it certainly isn't. Not even close. Hey, wait, what? It's got a firing speed cap. What the hell? I mean, I'm not complaining. It's going to do its job, but still, that's ridiculous. Something tells me I've got a little bit too much red in here. Maybe that's what's going on. Red is neutering it in terms of its maximum potential firing speed. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, it is what it is. I've made the bed, now I've got to lie in it. So, okay, let's lie in it. So I'll be damned if I'm going to mix some blue in there or some red. That's pointless. Okay. 55, 67. Yeah, it's a limit. 67. 167. Okay, that's the magic number to find. 167 firing speed. Once we're there, that's it. There's no point in super gemming any further. We're at the maximum. It must have to do with the composition that I made and the order in which I made it in the first place. I think that may have influenced what went on here. Okay, next gem. Let's pump these into it, and then let's go ahead and create more cyans. And also just check our pulse to make sure we're still alive here and we haven't died of boredom. Okay, cyans are ready. Gem is not the gem I was working with previously. This is the one. Okay. Yep, that's better. Locked, loaded, and ready to go. There we go, 167. That goes in there. Now we work on this one. I mean, it's not a slouch. You know, 401 odd firing speed is still quite fast. Just kind of sucks because I know that there's, it can be even better. Maybe I just need to let go of that. It's not really that important. Okay, do that. Get more pull. Yeah, 401 firing speed is reasonable. We're still hitting 6 targets. We're slowing them by around 95, 96, 98%, 4.7 seconds every time we hit. So it's basically perma-slow. And 10% chance to shock for 3 seconds. That's reasonable. We can work with that. And I think that will greatly increase our armor-tearing farm and its efficiency, or ability as well, I should say. So that's really what we need to do right now. We need to tear away the armor so that we can kill these things. That's ultimately what we want to do. The ultimate goal is not to make a mana farm or an armor-tearing farm. Those are tools that you are using and wielding to aid you in the final product, the final thing, the goal. And the goal, my friends, is to make as much experience as possible. To do that, I need to kill all of this stuff that's on the field. Or at the very least, all of the monsters from that early wave. Once I've done that, pretty much everything else doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it matters, but not as much. Whoops. Okay. Oh, I'm just short a few cyans. Can we get a few cyans in here? Yep, okay. One more. Perfect. Yep. That's more than enough for me to mix into. And get that nice fabled 167. Beautiful. So, I've got armor-tearing gems of sorts. Oh, hello. That's empty. Jeez, what am I doing? Okay. Why is the range of this gem so small? That's weird. 37. Oh, they're all small. They're all 37. Okay, that's not abnormal. That's perfectly fine. Okay. So, in that case, you know what? I'm going to be a bit lazy. I'm not going to bother trying to make this any better. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and condense all of these back down. This can go over here. That's it. Okay. So we've got a armor tearing shrine. Not shrine. May as well be. What version are we playing again? Oh, wow. Look at that. I can do this. Let's go ahead and just throw gem bombs like crazy and get a light show going. Woo, look at the rainbow colours. Lovely. Oh, yeah. High quality effects, mate. That's what we got back in 2009, 2010. Anyway. So what's going on here? We've got monsters with hit points, but not a lot of armor. And we've got these giants. Ooh, look at that. Armor level. Started out at around, what, 4,000, 5,000, something like that. This one's down to armor level 1,500. You know what that means? As soon as it goes here on the prismatic gems, if I can find one. Oh, it's still not quite taking damage. Now, I know that the prismatic gems themselves do have a chance to reduce armor by 3, but it's not as high of a chance. So it's a little bit iffy. Can I gem bomb away? I can't. Okay, so you can't get rid of towers and traps and all of that stuff. You can't do that in this game. You can only do it in the newer games. Oh, hello. This one's got armor level 0. I think this one's going to be finished in about 10 years. That's epic. Okay, so what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a proof of concept situation. I have proven the concept that you can indeed actually still go ahead and pump up these early giant monsters to, what is it, 1.7 million? Oh, not those ones. They're not interesting. These ones are 1.7 odd million hit points and a bucket ton of armor. And still, after a lot of work and a lot of patience, you can start to finally whittle these things down and kill them. Every time that screen shakes, that means a giant monster has died. There are no weak giants on this field, so every time that screen shakes, like that, that's a win, and this will tick up. So you know what? I'm actually pretty comfortable with that. So I'm now going to go and make myself a cup of coffee, and I'll be right back, and I'm just going to let this play through, and we'll see how it goes. I think I'm fine. I think there's more than enough mana producing gems here to create mana. I think there's more than enough giant monsters still coming in the battlefield that will keep the mana farm nice and active for the majority of the time, which means I won't die from, hopefully I won't die from mana banishments. And I've got this giant armor-tearing farm of sorts working in my favour, and I've also got these 3 killing prismatic gems. Should I actually instead place them in towers like this, so they're not firing as frequently, but at least they're doing a lot more damage per shot? So even for the monsters that have lots of... Oh, but then, hold on. If I do that, then these monsters are free to just move around and go. Nah, that was a terrible idea. Okay, scratch that idea. Instead, I could always move a couple of grade 11s. Yeah, okay. Let's move a couple of grade 11s. How's the range? Yeah, that's good. So we're not actively targeting anything that's going to go directly into my wizard tower. Which means shots will always count. Yeah, okay. Let's leave it like this for a while, and let's see how it goes. You know what? I'm not going to put you through that pain. I'm going to just pause the video, and when something interesting happens, I'll unpause and I'll see you soon. Right, so welcome back. This is the I suppose you could call it the progress update. Basically, my computer is really struggling right now. Have a listen to it, actually. This is how long it takes to complete a frame. You can probably see it, but let's hear it. From now to now. That's how long it takes for the game to process one frame, because there are so many gems in traps firing right now. Basically what I did was, I went ahead, the mana farm starts at the start and ends down here. Then from the next gem, all the way around, all of this bright orangey yellow, all the way to about here, is grade 12, well, except for a few grade 14s at the very end. They're all grade 12 prismatic gems that are made to be, hit as hard as possible. So, most chance of extra hit, followed by the most range and firing speed upgrade from yellow, and then finally red. Number of monsters it hits each shot. That's basically what all of these... That's grade 14 as well. Grade 12, here we go. This is a good example. Essentially this all the way around. The idea is to just let them capture monsters and very slowly wear down their armor, and then very slowly go ahead and chip away at their health. This has been going on for about 3-4 hours now, and honestly, we've only gone through about 6 or 7 or 8 wavestones, so we've got a long way to go. I'm not even bothering going ahead and upgrading the mana pool. I'm just going to let it go and see if this score climbs up a little bit more. You can see the score's gone up a bit. It was around 1.1 million, now it's at 2.8 million. And, yeah, I suppose I should just come back in another 3 to 5 hours and see how it goes. So, a quick further update. Yep, we've progressed a few wavestones. We've progressed in score. Honestly, I left it overnight, and this is where I'm at. Still doing pretty much the same thing, except it looks like a fair few monsters have died now, which is good. And I've just angered all of these. I also created where was it? A grade 14 super gem. I think I showed you that previously. Here it is. There we go. It's hard to see, but basically, in a trap, it does about 10 times the amount of damage as one of the grade 12s that's not super gemmed. So yeah, I'm debating as to whether or not I want to keep it in there, or whether I should bring it out and put it onto a tower. The amount of damage it does on the tower is huge. I don't know. Maybe I should do that for a while, see how it goes, and I'll just put a couple of these. I'll merge these into each other and just chuck this into the trap instead. And you know what? I'll just let it go for another 5 or 6 hours. See how it goes. Okay, back with another update. Honestly, I've had this game playing for almost, or at least a day and a half now, and I'm kind of over it. I've got to be honest. I haven't really been here to play it. I've just left it on autopilot. We've almost reached wave 100 now, which is nice. And I've got a new personal best. Look at that. 15.5 billion just about, which is pretty good. But, yeah. Honestly, I could just leave it going and going and going. But the risk of doing this, by letting it go, is that I walk away, this thing clears up all of these monsters, goes through everything that's angered, and destroys it all, and then all of a sudden the game goes fast again, and then all of these wavestones come down, and I'm destroying monsters until I'm not. And then I get overwhelmed with monsters that are going through the entire maze without it being so laggy because there's not so many monsters on the field. And eventually the banishment costs creep up so much that I just lose, and this all happens while I'm away. So, what do? Do I risk it and walk away again, and potentially get an even higher score and even further in? Or do I just say, stuff it, create 7 grade 7 gem? In fact, I could just tear a few straight out of the ground now, and just go ahead and gem bomb this and win the field. What would you do in my position? Would you let it go and walk away and risk it? Or would you just end it now? While we're contemplating that, let me just show you what I mean by super gemming this particular gem, because I did do this. Oh, it's actually gone somewhere. Somewhere around here is a grade 15 monster of a gem. Somewhere. Where is it? 12. I think it's here. Down here? Hello, come on game. Update for me, will you? Nope, not there. Oh, what am I saying? It's right here in the tower. Okay. This grade 15 super gem. How have I been super gemming this? This is probably something that some of you have wondered, so you know what? I'll just show you. Basically, you take a grade... Honestly, you could do this with a grade 8 gem. Prismatic gem. And just keep on doing this over and over and over again. What you do is you just get full sheets of grade 6 gems, and then you just combine the super gem over all of them nice and slow and systematically. You don't want to misclick while the game tries to catch up with all of your actions. And you just do this over and over and over again, 50 to 100 times. In other words, 50 to 100 full sheets of grade 6s combined into. That is what it takes to turn a gem into a super gem that may have a maximum damage of around 200,000, 100,000, something like that. This one right now has a maximum damage of 33,000. And every time I do combining of this gem with all of the gems inside a full sheet of, or a full grid of grade 6 gems, I up the, the maximum damage by almost another 2,000. So, yeah, you do the math. It's quite a lot of effort. If you can be bothered doing it, just keep doing this over and over and over again, and eventually you'll make a gem that is so powerful that it will pretty much clear the entire screen within a reasonable amount of time, and should help see you through. I think that is what you need to do to essentially reach the end of this and actually beat all 220 waves. I'm not going to do that though, because honestly, I don't have the time or the patience or the inclination to do it. I don't need to. I've already got a personal best. It was 11.337 million XP, which, if you do the math, I think your score for a field, for every 1,000 score you have, that converts to 1 XP. So whatever this is, this 15 billion divided by 1,000, that's 15 million. That's going to be my new XP high score for this particular field. And I'm pretty fine with that. But as for beating, it would be nice to actually beat the entire endurance of this 228 waves. I think that would be new and very unique. I've never done that before, but no, not today. Not for Vidmas. That's, you know what? I'll throw it out there. I will actually spend the time to do what it takes to beat all 228 waves of this level if someone pays me 1,000 Australian dollars. There it is. I'm throwing out the challenge to everyone. I'm just throwing it out there. under the assumption that no one's actually going to pick this up and run with it. But if you pay me $1,000 Australian, I will go ahead and redo this map, and I will complete the entire field. All waves, done. And I will video it. I don't know how I'm going to video it, because that video would be, a few days long? Maybe I could take snippets and speed up the frame rate, just like I am probably going to do with this video, because honestly, it's already very long. And yeah, I'll just have to keep on super gemming one gem, and then we'll do pretty much this as well. There's no point in just beating all 228 waves. You want to do it in start, so I'll try and also go for a personal best. I remember reading somewhere that apparently 5 trillion was a good theoretical possibility for this map, but a lot of people were saying you would have to use aids such as macros and so forth to do all the gem combining and stuff behind the scenes in the background. I say you don't need that sort of extra technology or wizardry going on. No technological aids to help you. You just need a computer that's so slow that it doesn't actually go ahead and play the game faster than this. It'll buy you all the time you need, actually, won't it? So anyway, that's how you create a super gem of grade 8 or higher. I just picked grade 15 because I had all of those grade 11 gems in these towers down here in the bottom left, and I thought, stuff it. I'll just merge them all together, and that's what I got. I ended up getting a grade 15 gem. So yeah, and I was relatively happy going ahead and super gemming that away. But I think, honestly, yeah, I think this is it. It's time, guys. Let's just finish this. So, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I not gem bombing? I'm not, am I? Is this thing not recognizing? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Four. Look at the size of that explosion. Ah, I'm pressing G to combine instead of B to... Oh, what a klutz. Okay. B, 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 B. And how many more need to go? Another one? 2? Well, if only those gem bombs did a lot of damage, that would be quite handy. But they don't. Gem bombs required. Oh my goodness. There's so much stuff going on with the gems and the traps over here that I can't actually see the number. Let's just count the gems I've thrown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's throw 2 more. And then we're done. Again, I'm pressing G. It's because my keyboard's at a very big slanted angle. There we go. That's it. Just under 15.5 million. There you go. That's the XP I'll get. There, see? New personal best. Woohoo! Yep, new personal best. Wizard level is much higher now. And now I've got all of these skill points, which unfortunately I can do nothing with. Because I'm not logged into armor games, but I'm not really fussed about that. That's just everything to do with gem bombing. But unfortunately in this game there is no skills that have no limits. So I can't sink them into anything. This is as good as it gets. But still, I'm happy with that. New personal best. I was quite brave with angering all of the waves of early giant monsters. That worked out quite well, actually, all things considered. And yeah, I think I could have gone further. I reckon I could have got about 20 million before I hit my own sort of soft limit. So there you go. That's Gem of Eternity. Chapter 0. The last level. The final bastion. Unless, of course, you're really hardcore and you say, who cares about that one? It's all about doing, what is it? Endurance on field, where is it? Some people do endurance on field number 1, level ID 1. And I don't know why, because you don't get triple points for it. But yeah, there are other fields down here that have endurance as the triple point, with the triple point bonus. And also, not only that, but also they have pretty good gems. Like, for instance, this one. You've got chain hit, you've got mana steal, and you've got triple damage. So this one could be quite good for endurance, all things considered. Mind you, there are other fields that are even better. Look at this one. Look at the gems on that. That has every single gem you need except for maybe... Oh, and actually looking at the score, I think I did take advantage of that. There you go, level number 12. And that would be a great level to try for endurance because you get triple points, and even though it's missing... you can't do prismatic gems, unfortunately, because you don't have all of the gems. Well, you could. Technically, you could. That's right. What am I saying? I forget which game I'm playing. You start with extra gems for every single colour. So, you know what? Yeah, you don't need to start with favourable gems on the field. Mind you, it's a pretty good one to start with. I'm not going to lie, that's pretty good. But technically speaking, because you have all of the gems, just keep on saving them and copying them in your grid, and just put them in towers off to the side so that you've always got a copy of every colour. And you could dominate, say, this one, level number 2, endurance. What does that look like again? Let's have a look at it very quickly. Just out of interest. Oh yeah, that's not too bad, you know. It's a reasonably long-ish path. Fit quite a bit of a mana farm, probably up to about here. At the start, you'd fit the mana farm just here, the first 3, I think. And then everything else, you can make it prismatic. There's lots of room for lots of towers full of prismatic gems. And so you start with all the gems, so you just, at the start, you save them up a little bit. Maybe save the grade 2s and then use the grade 3s, mix them up a little bit. Oops, no, that's what you should be doing. Something like that. Save up all the stuff that you can't make normally, which would be whatever colours are missing. And then you just go from there. Triple points, why not? Also, you get the bonus of starting on a wave with monsters that have very little hit points. 7 hit points. That's pretty small, especially when you compare it to the amount of hit points that are on the first wave for a level like this. Let's just have a quick... Oh, I should have picked a level prior. That's okay, there's not too much story time. There we go. Yeah, hit points 52 versus hit points 7. So you're going to have a much easier time going ahead and playing a level that's much further down the track. I say down the track, I mean down the map towards the start. That's definitely a go. I might try that one day just out of fun, but I'm not going to do that for this video. This video is over. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below, what is your personal best for the last level? How much XP have you got? How far did you go? Have you ever tried the super gemming strategy? If you didn't try the super gemming strategy, how far did you get? I know how far I got without super gemming. Hint, it wasn't very far at all, actually. I think I got to about wave 40-ish, and then I really started struggling. I'm like, okay, time to throw gem bombs at that centerpiece. Let's go. Let's finish it. But yeah, do you like Gemcraft, Gem of Eternity? I like it. Like, yeah, the interface isn't as nice to use as, say, the interface on Chasing Shadows, but, you know, it's still a fun game. Also, with all these different modes, it definitely makes you pivot your strategy a little bit. Plus, also, just like the first Gemcraft, super gemming is completely broken in this. Unfortunately, they fixed super gemming in Gemcraft Labyrinth, but that's okay. You don't really need to super gem Gemcraft Labyrinth because there are other things you can do. See my previous video from Vidmas, whatever it is, where I show you how to, from an early start, quickly dominate Gemcraft Labyrinth. Anyway, please go ahead and subscribe, tickle that bell for more notifications, make a comment down below, like the video or don't like the video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next Vidmas. It's getting very close, guys. Guess what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Christmas Day. Are you excited? So am I. I'm pulling out another old classic for you for the last Vidmas tomorrow. Should be fun. See you then.